Morning, 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 morning. Mile high salute. Hope everybody's good. Hope everybody's blessed. Oh man, cleaning up today, man. It's cloudy out here in Denver. Like it's about to rain or something. Depressing weather, but it's nice. Like cool energy, good energy. Oh yeah, they took down my live stream from yesterday when we were talking about the judging the legends of Denver. They took it down. They blocked me and said it was copyright, so they took down that video. YouTube, bro. YouTube's crazy, man. YouTube's crazy. Um, but it is what it is. Small high salute to the real ones, homie. So I had a question that was asked, and I'm not gonna keep people too long, but I had a question that was asked, right? And shout out to the homie Brian, I guess is 7 Up. He been actually subbed up to my channel for a quick second. Shout out to him. All high salute to him. So he asked. So I have a question. You spoke about a woman that her son shot an innocent woman. Her son got a lot of time. Lately, I met her. I just wanted to know if she told on you, basically. Um, and I'm pretty sure this is what he was talking about because did a live about this youngster that just, you know what I'm saying, got unfortunate circumstances and, a situation pops off and somebody gets on a live and he gets a lot of time. Well, his mom was in this documentary and they had her on the documentary. Basically, she was talking to him. And I know his mom, right? So pretty much I had mentioned, and I didn't really go into details, but I had caught a case over his mom. I got a case because
in
of his
prison
mom,
with
right?
the possibility of
So
parole
this is what they
after
were
40
talking about
years
right
for
here.
shooting and killing a woman at a traffic light. Remy Cordova was found guilty of 3 counts related to the death of Pamela Cabrales. Prosecutors say Cordova shot into Cabrales' vehicle with an AR-15 after she got into a fender bender with the vehicle Cordova was riding in. The mother of the then 6-year-old boy was rushed to the hospital in
This is a
critical condition.
unfortunate
She died
situation.
several days later.
And
Cordova was
when
14
I
when the
had
shooting
heard about
happened
this
back in
case, I was not
2021,
surprised,
but
bro.
was charged as an adult
I was
because
not
of the
surprised,
severity
right?
of that crime. Today,
Because
Cordova,
old
who's
girl, and,
maintained that
and
these
no disrespect to her, you know what I'm saying? It's been so long, bro. Like this is before I went to prison, like way back in the day and shit, right? No disrespect to her, unfortunate situations because her son got a lot of time. Shout out to everybody. Mo High Salute, what's up with y'all, man? So let me break it down like this, bro. When I was this is when I was 17, my homies. What up, Big Valdez? What up, man? How you guys doing? I was 17, about to turn 18, and I'm not gonna really, talk about this too much. Just I don't want to disrespect Lady Sev or anything, but she already knows about this situation and everything. I was 17, homie, and there used to be a club Decades like that. This is before a lot of people's time. Like if you know about Club Decades, you were OG in the game, bro. And Decades used to be a teenager club, pretty much for the teens. And everybody would go over there, but Decades was scandalous, homie. That nightclub was actually scandalous. They had older fools that ran the club. The owners, they were chopping down the young girls and doing coke and all kinds of stuff over there. So they got exterminated and closed down because of scandalous stuff going on at Decades. Well, there was one time I went over there and pretty much girl sent her homegirl to holla at me, like the fool with the pretty eyes, boom, boom, whatever. So I started chopping it up with her. She's not from here, right? She's not from Denver, homie. She's from Lafayette, Colorado. And she had money, right? At that time, I'm like, this is a bank. This is a bank. So I started talking to her, chilling with her, bro. And then I started going out to Lafayette with her, right? And getting her for some bread. Like her mom would just break her allowances and getting her for some bread, right? Where to a point she really thought we were in a relationship. I didn't really date her, man. I was just basically had her around because it was money in the pocket. You know what I'm saying? And she always would try to be in a relationship, but I was like, I'm cool. I didn't want a relationship at that time. Plus, at that time, I was just I was one of them dudes that had multiple females just chilling around. Homie, I was one of, I didn't want a relationship. I was young, bro, 17, about to be 18. Um, and I kind of was mean to her, definitely. I was mean to her name's Christina. You know what I'm saying? I was mean to her. And I don't want to disrespect nobody's people, because I know homies that actually had a baby by her and different things, bro. Like she knows a lot of individuals. And let me put it in perspective. Since a long time ago, over the years, and it's not to disrespect you, Lady Sev, I'm just, somebody just asked about this. Over the years, I know multiple people that know her. So if that's an indication how she gets down, she knows a lot of foods from a lot of hoods. So anyways, long story short, bro, I really just kind of just kept her around, bro. And I was kind of mean to her, where, at that time, homie, like she just had a fatal attraction type. She would show up to mom's house, and, she would show up to my mom's house 3 a.m, homie, and she would always try to be in a relationship with me, bro. And I just was mean. And I had other females I was talking to at the time, and they kind of was tripping on her, and they got into it at that club and all that stuff, right? So I chilled with her about 2 years, bro, straight, off and on. I chilled with her, just going back and forth. And I knew it was some money on the line, bro. You know what I'm saying? I knew it was money on the line. So I'm like, yeah, I got to keep her around. She's breading up the pockets. So one situation happens. Yeah, it was when I was 17, 18, right before I went to the pen. But something happens and she gets run. They get into it at the club one night. I didn't even know a couple of females I was talking to were both going to be at the club, right? And I was pissed. I rode up to the club, bro, to that club, and they're both there, and they start tripping with each other. I bounced out because they started fighting in the club, and I'm like, fuck. It was like, I felt like I was listening to that Two of My is in the club, and they don't know about that type thing, So I creep out, and I get pissed at old girl, and I tell her to come give me a ride to the house, and at that time I'm going in on her like, you're stupid. I'm not with you, homegirl. Like, that type stuff, And she gets pissed. Well, anyways, long story short, I hadn't talked to her for a couple of weeks, and she calls me one night. She's like, come back to my new apartment. So I'm like, fudge, bro, why? She's like, I got some money for you. So she came and swooped on me, and I took one of my homies up to the apartment, and another homie met us over there. But she said, and she actually went to the mall and bought us some kicks and shit. She bought us a whole outfit, all 3 of the homies. We go to her house, and you got to understand, her house is in Lafayette, bro. So it's by Boulder. she has a new apartment by Boulder, bro. Like, you're from the city of Denver. You don't really know where Lafayette is. It's in the middle of nowhere. And she got an apartment. She ends up leaving that Friday night, and we're up there stranded. She turns off her phone. I mean, she turns off her phone, right? And she won't answer her phone calls or nothing. I'm pissed because I got things I got to do in Denver, and she's our ride back to the town. But she leaves us at her apartment and turns off her phone. She was out there acting like a little hoodie, right? She started chilling with some other fools or something and left us. So I'm trying to get a hold of her, homie, and my homie start like destroying her apartment. They started destroying her apartment. Sunday, I call her mom. I know her mom's number. I call her, where's your daughter at? And pretty much she's like, oh, I got her. I'm gonna call her. So her mom gets a hold of her. She answers for her mom. And I was like, you need to come pick me up. I gotta go back, and don't talk to me ever again, because you like literally left us at your apartment. So she comes, picks me up, and I was done with her. Go back to my mom's house. And all of a sudden, I realized I left my ID and I left my social security card at that broad's house, bro. I left my identity at her house, and I'm trying to call her. And this is right after I told her I'm done with her. Like, I started going in on her. I left my identity over there, and I'm trying to get a hold of her. And now I'm in a predicament because of the simple fact that she has all my identity over at her house. I keep blowing her up, bro. Now her son was a crip. He was a crip from the east side. And I blow her up, bro, and I keep calling her, homie. And one time I called her, some fool hops on the phone, starts tripping with me. So we start tripping. So she almost got a whole thing wild up in the streets over this situation, right? Because her homie hopped on the phone like wooty woo. And I was like, where are you at? And it almost turned into a whole thing, right? So I literally changed my number, bro. Later down the road, about a couple months later, and this is to the home. Did it go blank? Check. Are you guys still there? You there? Is it on again? What the hell? Hey, check. Okay, I don't know what just happened. They try to tap in the matrix. Yeah. Let me know. We good though, Lady Sev? Okay, so we got it. Okay, so I hadn't talked to her for a long time. I even changed my number. Yeah, her son was a loke, bro. He messed with the East Side lokes because that's all she really messed with. She started messing with the East Side tough, right? So this is where the homie asked, did she snitch on me? Now, I don't know the criteria of snitching when it comes to like domestic violences, bro. Because like females, they can call and get somebody in trouble, right, over a domestic, and a lot of fools don't consider that snitching. So I don't know if we can consider it snitching, but I mean, I got in trouble. I caught a case behind old girl, if that's what the question is. You know what I'm saying? And I really didn't even have nothing to do with it, but I went to jail. I spent time in jail over it. And when I got out, I had to fight the case for a domestic violence and got probation for the domestic violence. So later down the road, I hadn't seen her for a minute, right? And I started getting these identity thefts in my name. Basically, I started getting papers from the city that somebody was buying shit in my name. Homie, the last time I had my identity was at old girl's house. Remember I told you I left my identity at her house? Somebody actually was buying stuff in my name, and they were trying to say that they were going to file identity theft on me. And I'm talking about, this is not just regular clothes. They're buying trucks. They're buying tractors. So my mind is she sold my identity to the Paisas. Because that's just how old girl was. Like, she was just out there, homie. It was a big thing that I had to go to the court, right? I had to go to the court and literally clear my name that I didn't, you know what I'm saying? I didn't file identity. Like, I was not trying to buy anything with fake checks in my name with my social security, but they had somebody's fingerprint with that. So I don't know how my identity got from her house to somebody, but it was weird, right? So I'm pissed. Now I'm mad, homie. I said, when I see old girl, it's on site, really. That's my mindset. Later down the road, I had another female that I was talking to, and we went to go get some money one day on the 16th Street Mall. And we went to the homie's house and went to the 16th Street Mall. And right when we pull up on the bus of the 16th Street Mall, there used to be a place called Independent Records back in the day, right? I ain't got front. I called the cops on my because she was drunk and trying to beat me up. Felt good. You're a fool. But I mean, I don't know how people actually label that when on the spouse, the domestic aspect. Now, I could never do it. You know what I'm saying? But people kind of throw a blind eye to that type of stuff. I know many females out here that done have 22 domestic cases, and nobody actually considers that snitching, right? So that day, bro, we get out. We pull up to the Virgin Records. It was Virgin Records actually, and there was a bus that used to be right there. And sure enough, I was with my sister and another female I used to talk to. And sure enough, on the corner of the 16th Street Mall, that female, Christina, she's on the corner talking on the phone, and my sister just recognizes her. And my sister at that time was just turned up. She was tripping. I had some shit on me. I didn't want to be downtown because if the cops hand me up, I'm catching a case for something totally different. So my sister and old girl, my new homegirl that I was talking to, they automatically go into trying to trip on her. I said, nah, let's go. We're walking the 16th Street Mall towards the light rail station. So we're walking. I said, nah, bro, we can't do that. We get to walking towards the light rail station, and I'm in front of them. I'm on the phone, and I'm telling my older cousin, like, bro, this has just happened. I turn around, and my sister and my ex-homegirl, they dip off. I already knew what was taking place, bro. They went over there. They literally ran over there to beat her ass. So I run after him, right? I run after him, and they go into Virgin Records. That's where that girl went, into the Virgin Records. And when I pull up in the Virgin Records, they're already mashing her out in the Virgin Records, like bing, 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 like they're on her, homie. I'm like, oh, fudge. So when that happens, bro, oh, girl's all bloody on the ground. She looks up, and I happen to come in, and she literally points me out and says, he sent them to beat me up. The cops have hemmed me up, bro. They hemmed me up right away. My sister and my homegirl, they take off running. The cops come from everywhere, bro. They put me in handcuffs, and she's literally just like, yeah, he sent them. So they have me on the 16th Street Mall hemmed up. Her homie comes up, and he's like, oh, you did that. Wait till you get to the county. So that's what that situation was, bro. I caught a case of domestic violence over that whole situation, and pretty much, bro, went to jail over that situation. And I had to pay money. I had to go and do probation over that domestic violence, which I didn't even put hands on her. It was not even me. My sister and old girl, they caught a case also. They were on probation for that shit. So when I think about it, bro, you know, I don't know how people consider that, but I mean, that is a form of telling the cops, you know what I'm saying? So I got in trouble for that shit. And after all of that, bro, even getting out of DOC, after DOC, I still had to pay money to that broad for restitution. I said, much love. What up with it, Rada? How you doing, fam? I hope everybody's good. So yeah, man, you know what I'm saying? To answer that question, Brian, I appreciate the question, homie. Yeah, and you know, just put it in this perspective, homie. Like, I know multiple people, homie. If you want to know what kind of female that is, I know multiple people since went to the penitentiary, since after that, have known her. Like, yeah, bro, I know her too. So if that doesn't show you, she's well known in the city of Denver. Now, shout out and respect to, you know what I'm saying, her peoples and stuff, like, you know, no ill will towards, you know, the homies that met her. I even have a homie that me and him started talking in the penitentiary, and he's like, bro, I knew that broad back in the day when she was this and that. So yeah, homie, that shit's mind blowing, bro, you know. And you know, hopefully she gets her life right, bro, because this situation right here, when I heard about this, homie, when I had heard about this situation, I'm like, damn, bro, that's wild. You probably got her a little fresh before she was all used up. Wow, you got to understand, she didn't know nothing about Denver either, man. Like, she didn't even know about the Denver Metro. She used to come from Boulder to go to that club, and she used to talk like a Valley white girl, like out there, like just straight a Valley white girl, bro, that was like very privileged. She was spoiled from her mom and dad. They were very wealthy, you know. And later down the road, she started forming an accent and started talking like she was straight from the hood. And I'm like, bro, I knew you before you were even broke in, homie. I knew you before you were broke in. And then you get broke in from the hoods, the neighborhoods, and now you're just you're like a gangster. You want to be with all the gangbangers in the world, and you're talking like these. So I'm like, bro, like, that's such a bad look. Yeah, I do, my homie. I definitely do. Yeah, her son's dad was actually the homie. I went to the homie's funeral, and Lady Seb rode up there with me. she rode up there with me, bro, and it was sad, bro, because like the homie, that was the homie, bro. And she was surprised to see me at the funeral. She's since I've been out, bro, I've actually seen her downtown, and she tried to talk to me and apologize, but I literally went to the county for that shit, bro. I literally went to the county and caught a case because of that shit, bro. You know? So when I seen this, I was not surprised because that's just how she kind of lived her life, you know? She kind of lived her life like that, homie. So I was not surprised about this shit because she was always trying to be in the mix before you broke. Yeah, homie, and God don't like karma, bro. But I was hella mean, fool. Like I would put her ass in timeout. I'll be like, bitch, I ain't trying to hear you. Like, go to timeout. Like, go to the. And I know, you know, you ain't seen that part of Savage, but I used to be on that shit. Like, go in the room and stay on your bed. I don't want to hear you right now. Like, you annoy the hell out of me. And she was just trying to be down so much, it made me just want to be mean to her. To be honest, at that time, bro, like I just didn't have no love for anything. And she just made me want to be mean to her because she just wanted to be down so much when she was from Lafayette, man. Boulder, Colorado, really. Lafayette, you know? But yeah, homie, I don't know. I mean, you guys make your opinion on that. Did she tell? Is that considered snitching? I don't know, because it was a domestic violence and a lot of people don't consider that snitching. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. She didn't get I don't think she was involved with any big case though, you know. But I feel like at that time, bro, like I got hit. And then you know what's crazy, homie? I went to court, homie, all the way to almost trial. And she was at every single court day with her mom. You know what I'm saying? Miss Robinson, that was her mom. She was at every court, homie, and she literally went to every court crying. You know what I'm saying? White and Spanish, and they believed everything she said. They believed everything she said. She crying. She acted out on it, and they were like, "Yup, this fool, this little gang member, oh yeah, he did it." So I played out. I'm not even gonna lie, bro. I played out because I literally just didn't want to go to trial, and I was looking at for that. I think at that time it had like 2 years in county. Like I was looking at county time for it. I was like, man, it was the first thing that I ever went through on the domestic violence. So I was like, let me plea out. And then when you're kind of naive to the system and you don't really got good representation, it was kind of a scare tactic, bro. You know? So that's what it is, man. I hope y'all good. He said he called the cops on wifey, yeah. I said, man. Yeah, that shit was incredibly crazy, bro. It wasn't crazy. That's why you have to understand what you deal with out there, man. Because everybody running rapid. They're running rampant out here, bro. I'm glad I got a wifey now. I'm glad I got actually a wifey, bro. I ain't got to deal with all that craziness. You know, when you're young, though, bro, when you're young and you see an opportunity like that, you know, you don't really have too much. You see an opportunity like that, you know, you're like, oh, let me jump on this money. Let me jump on this money play. You go and then you travel to her house, homie, and her house is huge because her mom and her dad are breaded up. As a youngster, I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm about to get this money, you know? And I know a lot of people will be like, yeah, that's cutthroat, but that's kind of how it was at the time, bro, you know? The crazy part about it is, homie, the fool that tried to run up for her when I was hemmed up and I was in handcuffs, the crazy part is the dude, he was really like vouching for me to go to jail too. And I'm like, homie, you're basically allowing her to tell the cops on me. You really got to rethink your priorities, man. You needed to check that and be like, nah, don't send that dude to jail. You know what I'm saying? Keep it more in the streets. Like, don't send him to jail. But he was like, yeah, bro, when you get to the county, when you go to the county, you're going to have it bad up there. I'm like, what? What's your feeling on the Broncos season? Yeah, we actually, I think we're going to run the table on these fools, man. With Broncos country. I think we have a good squad. I think stuff's going to go run it down in a good manner, you know. Broncos country will turn up. We got a game tomorrow, preseason. Moral of the story, man, leave the crazy women alone. To all you, man. Get your life right. Get the priorities, man. Get some faith in your life. I said, damn, bro, how did I catch a domestic violence? And I'm not even the one that did anything, bro. So yeah, I hope I answered the question to the homie. You know, so that's what that was all about. You know, I appreciate you asking that. And it's crazy that you actually asked about that. It's crazy that you ran into old girl. It's a small world, you know. It's a hella small world on different things. Like they say we're one person away from knowing, you know, a circle of another person. Like, you know, somebody I know. Everybody in this comment section knows somebody that I know, and I know somebody that you know. What up, Big Eddie? I'll bring the real one to your life. Yeah. Nah, definitely. I needed that. You know. This is the last preseason. Yeah, we're in the last preseason. What up, Eddie? How you guys doing, homie? What's good with y'all? Yeah, bro. I think about it and see, Lady Sav been that light for me to actually stay away from like negativity like that, homie. Stay away from negativity, because if it wasn't for her, I say this a lot, and I really think this. If it wasn't for her, Lady Sav, like being in my corner and just, you know, being my support, Savage would have went back to the penitentiary. I mean, there was multiple times, real deal, that I was on the verge of going back to prison. I would have went back, caught a new case. There was times where I just felt like going back to prison, and you know, God had different plans for me. God was like, hey, I'm gonna settle you down. This is what you need to settle down, because in all reality, homie, I'm not a penitentiary type person. I definitely didn't. There was nothing about penitentiary that I actually liked, you know. But I used to live careless, and I used to just be a person that didn't think about consequences. So I would put myself in predicaments all the way. It was kind of one of the things you do before you think about consequences. You don't ask questions. Hell yeah, homie. That's why if you have a queen, to all the homies out there, if you have a queen or you got somebody that holds it down, like, forget all the pointless things out there. Forget them pointless females. Forget them idiots. The bobblehead females. If you got somebody holding you down, it's mandatory. It's mandatory that you actually build with that person, bro. Because I don't know if I had explained this. I went to the halfway house Phoenix Center. I went to the halfway house Phoenix Center probably like 6 years into my stay of being in the penitentiary. And sure enough, when I got to the halfway house, I started messing with dumb females that didn't have no care for me. Started drinking with them because that's what they did. And I went back to the penitentiary for doing something that I wasn't supposed to be, being out of location, is turned up one day with the dumbass female that literally didn't care. Because once I went back to the penitentiary, you think old girl wrote any letters? You think she put any money on the books? Hell nah. Out of sight, out of mind. And that's when I ran into Lady Sev too. I ran back into Lady Sev downtown on the 16th Street Mall when I was job searching. And God was already putting that into place, you know? And that's how me and Lady Sev got to talking again. Because I hadn't talked to Lady Sev for years. Lady Sev, it was what? It had to be what? 5 years? Yeah, right before I went to prison was the last time I seen you, Lady Sev. Yeah, definitely, Valdez. You know how it goes, bro. You know, I felt stupid, bro. I was only in the halfway house for like 2 weeks. I was in the halfway house for like 2 weeks, bro, and I just started messing with some females that didn't have no good morals or values, and didn't even have respect for themselves. And all they wanted to do was me go over there and turn up with them. They didn't say, "Hey, you need to go to work." They were just like, "Let's turn up. I got a bottle. Let's turn up." And my stupid ass, that's what I was like at that time. That's what I focused on, you know. And the day I went back to the penitentiary, I had two options: go to work or go to old girl's house. And my stupid ass went to old girl's house. And as soon as I got over there, she gave me some money, homie, and had a bottle of some Everclear and some juice. And I was pissed. Started drinking. I started downing some drink. Went back to the halfway house slurred, bro. Like, and I mean, I killed the bottle and I went back to the halfway house spinning, smelling like a pure liquor store, bro. 07, we ran into each other, and then we hadn't talked for 3 years. So yeah, when I had seen you downtown on the 16th Street Mall, it had been like 3 years, you know. Yeah, that's crazy. They sent me back to DOC, for the remainder of my time. I had to go to the MRD. Sick to my stomach, homie, because I made it to the halfway house and I messed that up tremendously in some weeks. Yeah, that was crazy, homie. Terrible. But you live and learn, homies. You live and learn. I think I'm to be honest, I think I'm to that point in life with even homies, people that I known, even grew up with. I can't stand people that just stay in the same like mindsets and don't ever want to like better their situations. And I know some people will be like, bro, but that's the homies, that's your peoples. But what does that do? What is that doing for me? You know? And I'm so past conduct myself in that setting of just people that just don't have no ambition, no motivation at all, bro. They just are the same person they were 5 years ago. And it hurts because, you know, you have love for these fools and you have love for some of the fam. But if I'm staying stagnant, homie, it's conducive for me to try to get away from that stagnant action. If I'm not better in myself and better in my life, I don't want no parts of that. You know, I don't want no parts, because I'm a person trying to reach ambition. I'm trying to have that ambition in my life and reach goals. So can't stay in that mix. I can't stay in that circle of people that kind of just are like that, you know? Because sometimes that just don't mix. You can't mix water and oil together. It won't mix. It doesn't form and it won't go in the same direction. Boom. But shout out to the fam, man. That's good. Yeah, I'm just chilling today. Hey, thank God it's Friday, though. You know, thank God it's Friday. Hope everybody's blessed on this Friday. It's been a long work week, man. Everybody that goes to work for the week, shout out to you guys. I mean, you made it through another week. Made it through another week. We at the weekend. What you guys doing on the weekend? What you guys got going on for the weekend? We got a couple things we're doing for the weekend. Me and Lady said we're gonna go. I think we're going to bingo tomorrow. I think we're gonna go try to win some money at the bingo hall. Or we might just chill. We might just go catch that Jurassic Park. We might have to go catch the new Jurassic Park. Broncos play tomorrow, 11 o'clock. Yeah, they do. I think they said they're going to give the starters the whole first half. So we'll get to see the starters. We'll get to see Bo Nix. See what they got to offer. Now I want Bo Nix to come out because I don't want, you know what I'm saying? He better not he can't have a game worse than Stidham. Stidham balled out, bro. I have to give Stidham his props. You know, I have to give Stidham his props because he balled out in the last couple preseason games. Bo Nix better come out and ball out, bro. Because if he doesn't, you're gonna hear the Bluebirds. You're gonna hear all the Bluebirds and all the negativity. What's up, Bracken? What's good with you, Brody? What up with it? Yeah, we just chilling, man. Chopping it up. Chopping it up about different things. What you on, though, Mac? What you got going, fam? How you doing? Huh? Come here. Why? Oh, we should do it both. Yeah, we have an eventful weekend. That's cool. Shit, I'm just chilling, cleaning up the crib, bro. Getting my shit together. Yeah, I'm in town right now, chilling with her. Oh, nice. Oh yeah, ain't nothing like family, man. That's kind of what I just focus on, family, bro. Family. I don't know, homie. I think I'm just over all the bullshit of people. A lot of people just kind of disappoint, homie. I heard some things just recently, and I'm just analyzing it. I'm analyzing the people that are saying, and it's like, homie, how can you even have an opinion on things when you don't even have no respect in any type of life? And like, you hold yourself on a pedestal and you got an opinion and you don't even have a resume. Really, when I say you don't have a resume to have an opinion on who's doing what and who's not doing what. You ain't even been a part of anything for any period of time, and you have an opinion on anybody that's trying to actually change their life. I just ask people like this: if you ain't never ever been in the lifestyle, or you ain't never been in war, you ain't never been in the system, you don't know, you don't have homies that really their situations affected you, you ain't took losses, you ain't never been in you know what I'm saying, an aspect of just chaos of war, please don't try to like figure stuff out when it comes to like street life and the culture. Like, sit your ass on the sidelines, man, and stop trying to analyze a lifestyle a lifestyle that you really just don't know nothing about or giving your opinion, you know? Don't be a civilian trying to talk about what you would do in a situation. Please. If you ain't never dealt with any of that and you've been a civilian on the sidelines, don't try to analyze like a case or something and say, "Oh, this fool snitch. I would never snitch." You don't even know if you would ever snitch, and you'll never know if you would ever snitch because you never gonna be in them predicaments because you don't kick up dust enough to snitch. You ain't never been around any of them type of situations to actually be in a situation where you might snitch. And I promise you, there's like 85 to 90% of people out there that if they got in a situation, it was double digits, they gonna tell on everything. I mean, they gonna tell on every aspect that has nothing to do even with the case. See, I ain't like that, but I do be getting angry and set trip. Yeah, I mean, to you, my brother, you have your whole life ahead of you, man. Enjoy life. Don't even be angry. They ain't really nothing to be angry about. Enjoy your life, man. Enjoy freedom, homie. You know? Enjoy that freedom. No, there's a lot of people that do be giving their points of views from the sideline. You know, they say what they would do and what they wouldn't do. Hell yeah, I have to get some money, bro. I gotta get some money, man. That's why I stay working, homie. And hey, shout out to you, homie. Shout out to Big Ben, bro. I see you be on your grind, homie. I can respect that. I can respect that shit. And you know what's crazy, fool? They try to come out fools that work. Some fools try to make it out that working is, you're not supposed to work. You're supposed to get it in the streets. Like, nah, homie. Hell nah. I don't agree with that whatsoever. If you have an opportunity to get legal money, get your legal money. Go hit the job site, bro. Build your business. You know what I'm saying? Like, these fools talking about getting money in the streets. That shit ain't gonna last unless you snitching. Eventually, you're gonna get cracked, homie, and you're gonna be in a situation that you have to snitch. And a lot of fools, was pushing weight. Fools be pushing weight, bro, and they're out on the streets. It goes back. It's kind of suspect, to be honest. Yeah, you better get your ass to work, Matt. Better get to that job site, bro. Better get your ass to work, homie. Hey, don't ever let nobody persuade you from not going to work. If you get up on a daily basis and you go to work, homie, I could salute that. You got my respect. You know what I'm saying? Before somebody that just wants to be lazy, homie, and not get no bread. You know what I'm saying? Like, it takes a lot of self determination to get to a job site, bro, and work. Nobody wants to go work. But I can respect somebody that does it. I can respect somebody that gets up and knows there's a priority and a go. I could respect it. Be like, hey, bro, that fool's getting up to get his money. Oh yeah, no, that's where the bread is, my brother. You know. Hell yeah, and that's where the bread is, bro. You building a career, but you're young enough, you're young enough to actually be able to build something. And they say the people that are successful do things that people that are successful do things that people don't want to do. That's how you become successful, doing the things that people don't want to do. When everybody out there having fun, you out there trying to come up with blueprints. You trying to come up with blueprints to be successful. A fool at the gym, when everybody out there partying, he out there in the gym trying to get them gains, homie. 3, 6, 4:45 in the morning, 5 o'clock at the gym, trying to get them gains because you don't want to be average. Who wants to be average? I know I don't want to be average. You know what I'm saying? Like all them fools that are superstars, bro, that are GOAT mentality in sports, they did a lot of things that other people wasn't willing to do. Tom Brady's and Michael Jordan's, bro, they were out there when everybody was partying, they was out there practicing. All right, bro, I got opportunities ahead of me because I ain't got nothing on my record. Hell yeah, homie, and that's the way you want to keep it. Don't get nothing on your record because once you get a record, a lot of opportunities go out the window. Once you get a record, homie, a lot of opportunities go out the window. I'm a walking testimony, and by experience, Savage said, bro, like don't be in a predicament like Savage, homie, where I have a record and all my record, every single thing on my record it has to do with some type of violence. Everything. They ain't trying to give your boy any love. They ain't trying to give me any opportunity in life because of my background. And what I could say, all that shit that I did back in the day, it wasn't even worth it. It wasn't worth it because I had to deal with this. I had to deal with the domino effect of all this. Settling. The job aspect is the worst, bro, because like you got to settle for work. Like you got to settle. You can't you're not going to be able to just get a good job, homie, having a background. You ain't going to be able to move up having a background. You got to settle for them jobs that are going to give you opportunities. And sometimes it's bullshit. Yeah, hell yeah, man. And I always got love for you too. But God is bigger, and yeah, no, he is. He's the ultimate. He's the ultimate situation that defines everything. The Lord. If he wants you to have a new identity, he's going to give you a new identity. You know? He's going to be like, "Hey, bro, I scoped you to be a new identity. You're having a new identity." You know? So, shout out to the Lord, man. Such a amazing thing to actually know and know him. It's a beautiful thing. Because I think if I didn't have if I just walked this earth with no faith and I just walked around with my head cut off, bro, and there was nothing to live for, my faith, I would just be crashed out dead somewhere, bro. Because I wouldn't have nothing to live for. Be like, what? We don't have nothing to live for. We don't have no structure in our life. And I'm the type that goes extra with stuff too, man. Once I love something, I got a passion for it, I'm going extra. Hell yeah, he's always going to be by your side, man. Always keep that in your back of your mind. Even when it gets hard, homie, keep that in your heart. The Lord is always going to walk with you. He's always going to walk with you, even through the hard times, homie. He ain't never going to forsake you. People be thinking that, but like he going to be in your corner, That's hard because I had a crazy, yeah. Oh yeah, man. I know for myself, bro, just my testimony, and like I had explained this a little bit back, homie. A couple years back, this was like in this time frame, like recent. I was gonna go back to prison. I had my mindset going back to prison, and I had told this story before. I was ready to go back to the penitentiary. I even told Lady Sev I'm going back to prison because some shit popped off, and I just felt obligated. I got hella sick, homie. I got hella sick. out of nowhere. You guys don't even understand. Hey, what's up? What's up with it? Tell Momo I send my love and respect. Hey, yeah, tell that I'm gonna have to get a hold of you to actually give you my number for he could hit me up. We could do a little interview. Yeah, that not definitely. I that's the homie. I respect him, and I would definitely like to get his point of view. So yeah, I'm gonna try to get a hold of you and slide you the contact where you could give to him to put on his phone, and then we could do it. I'm hella down for that. So I had it in my mind. I was going back to prison, bro. And I told Lady Sev too, like, you got to figure out what you're gonna do because I'm going back to prison. And when I tell you, I didn't know that God was gonna make me actually crawl back to Him, like in a fetal position, homie. And I'm talking about at the time, I'm off of feeling myself because I'm strong, homie. I'm just healthy. Like I'm just walking around with no fear in life, homie, not fearing nobody. I'm literally fully activated and gang banging. I'm out here tripping, knocking fools out, beating fools up. That's what I did on a regular basis, bro. Did you get into it with the nah? Hell nah. I never even ran into too many of them fools. And I had a nose surgery. And if you know the story, you know the story. But I had a nose surgery, bro, for a deviated septum. And it was a surgery to actually straighten this out right here. Because when I was younger, my nose got broken. It got shattered. And they had to, like, it was flat. And they had to break it back into place. Well, I couldn't breathe for a long time. Like, my nose was always clogged. And I had been wanting this surgery for a long time. And I was actually going to cancel the appointment. It was the day of the surgery. And I said, I'm not going. And Lady Sev, me and her were actually not seeing eye to eye at that time. She was like, you have to go. You've been trying to do this. And I don't know what made me go, but I went. Not knowing I was about to go through hell, homie. I was about to go through one of the hardest things I ever had to deal with. I've been through prison time, fighting for my life, cases, my dad getting smoked, homie, different family members all high off of crack cocaine, just fools, just my whole upbringing was just bad. And I didn't know what was about to hit me, fool. Because God was like, you think you know everything? You think you're untouchable? I gotta utilize you for what I gotta utilize you for. My kingdom. That's the truth. That's the honest truth. That's why I'm so passionate about actually my faith. I go get the surgery, bro. And this don't happen to nobody that gets these surgeries, homie. I'm like the rare case. Soon as I get the surgery, bro, I get out of it and I'm healing. And my whole body went into shock because of these things in my nose. And Lady Sev can contest to this. And everybody around me, my mom, everybody can contest to this. I thought I was dying. Like, I don't know if you ever thought you were dying. I literally thought I was dying for a whole 9 months straight. Imagine that, terrified that you're dying for 9 months, not 9 months, 90 days straight. In your mind, you have this torture that you're dying because this thing triggered me to suffocate. They put these things in your nose. And when they heal, it literally squeezes. You can't breathe out your nose. You got to breathe out your mouth. So I went in, and this is where I messed up. Because of that, because of the pressure right here and how it just squeezed up, it made you feel like you're suffocating. I urged the doctor to take them out early, and you're not supposed to do that when you get a deviated septum surgery, right? You're not supposed to do that. So they took them out early, like 2 days early, too early. And when you mess with the program of your body goes into a nervous panic attack. Your nervous system starts messing with you. to a point your body will program into a fight for flight, right? And that's what my body did. To a point, it made my nostrils so clogged where I felt like I couldn't breathe all the time. To a point I was trying to swallow because of the breathing. My back of my throat started swelling up and I couldn't even swallow, bro. Nothing. I couldn't swallow food. I couldn't swallow even my saliva. I literally had swollen up tonsils where it was just like I couldn't swallow, plus not being able to breathe. And that started turning into insomnia. You would think that I was off of blues, homie, fentanyl. I shrunk up so much because that put me in a depression, because literally nobody could tell me what it was. Everybody was saying, oh, it's just anxiety, but there was actually something going on with my health. These things closed up so much, and the doctors would just tell me, homie, they would tell me it's anxiety, it's a panic attack. And I was like, nah, this is not. What up with it, Big Mo? What's good with you guys, man? What up with it? What's up with it, Elsewhere? What's good with you, fam? Mikey. I started thinking that my body was shutting down, homie. And in my mind, I started becoming one of them people that were trying to figure out a solution. And I would be on the internet like, I got this and I got this. And it was driving me into a straight talk about one of them people that, I don't know if you ever seen them. They start analyzing their health problems, and it was constant. I would ask my wife, like, are you supposed to be able to swallow? And I was just losing weight because I couldn't eat anything, homie. Couldn't really drink. At night, I would wake up suffocating, bro. And I did not know what the hell this was from. And I'm telling everybody, like, this is not normal. And everybody's just telling me it was anxiety, bro. I lost 60 pounds in like 2 months and a half, bro. Almost 3 months. I lost 60 pounds, bro. I went from 270 to 210, homie. And that was not even the scariest part, homie. This is how if you listen to anything I ever tell you guys, bro, no cap, 100%. When you start getting insomnia and you're staying up for 2-3 days because you can't sleep, because you feel like your body is just basically like waking up because you feel like you're suffocating, you start seeing stuff, right? And I started seeing like, they say shadow people, and I started seeing like stuff walk and different things. My mind was open to a spiritual realm I never experienced ever before, bro. To a point, I used to stay up at that time frame, bro. And what was bad about that shit is I could not, like, in my mind, I was dying slow, bro. In my mind, I was dying slow. I used to literally think I was dying, and it was a slow death, because this was such a thing on my mind that I was dying, bro. Like, days were just so, it was slow motion. That's how bad it got. Where I told God, I said, God straight. I told God straight. I said, hey, if you're real, and you can actually see what the problem was, because all the ENT doctors and everybody, they were doing tests on my stomach. And everybody would just say, you're normal. But in my mind, I wasn't normal, homie. I was going through all kinds of shit at this time. To a point, homie, I'm going to be real with you. I'm going to open up to you fools. There was times where I was like so bad with it, I literally started thinking about just ending my life. I know that sounds crazy. I literally thought in my thought process, like, bro, like, I don't, like, this is torture. I don't want to go through this shit. And I really just thought about ending my life a couple times. I wrote a letter, and some little girls they actually found it. You know what I'm saying? And it was a messed up time, bro. Like, but what I'm saying when I say that is, when I started seeing the spiritual realm, bro, I knew, when I started seeing things that I just couldn't explain, I knew that there's something deeper than just this life, bro. There's a real evil, a spiritual realm between evil and good, homie. And I asked God, homie, I said, if you could take this away and literally show what this really is, because nobody can actually identify what I'm going through, I said, I will give my life to you, bro. I will submit to you. And I dropped to my knees and asked him, bro, because there was nothing else working. Submitted to God, bro. I gave my life to the Lord, right? Tell me why. Tell me why, homie. I went through this for 90 days with nobody having a solution. Torture, bro. I give my life to the Lord, bro. And I told God I would do my best to serve you and talk about you and represent you, homie. Tell me why when I gave my life to the Lord and I submitted to the Lord, bro, one doctor that I wasn't even supposed to go see, I go see him, bro, and a matter of a day, he knows the whole situation, what's wrong with me. When I went through 15 doctors that couldn't tell me anything about what was going wrong with me. So you tell me that's just a coincidence? Nah, hell nah, bro. That's not a coincidence at all. One doctor looked at what was wrong with me and diagnosed me with a thing that the singers get when they sing too much. It locks up the back of their tonsils. And that was the whole situation at hand, bro. He gave me some exercises, and sure enough, in a week and a half, I was actually on a perfect road back to health. And when you see me at that time, I was down to 205, bro. I'm 255 right now, 260. You would think I was smoking bops, homie. You would think I was smoking crack cocaine. You think I was smoking blues, because every doctor couldn't even tell me what was going on with me, bro. And that was the most nerve-wracking shit, is because I would go to these doctors pleading for my life, bro. And these fools would be like, oh, it's just anxiety. You don't see the weight loss, fool. You don't see me losing 60 pounds in a matter of 90 days, and you're going to tell me it's just anxiety? Nah, there was a spiritual battle on my life, homie. And that's what you guys got to understand. When you have a bold personality and you have actually, you can be utilized in the kingdom of God, there's going to be a spiritual attack on you from people trying to persuade you away from the calling of God, homie, to trying to people leaving your life, to a spiritual aspect. We can't even see what the real meaning of a lot of stuff is, bro, but there's spiritual warfare out here. There's a spiritual warfare that blocks you away from truth. That's why when you have that sense of truth and you really can see what it really is, it's on you to actually walk through that door, because the devil's a liar, homie. I'm not going. I don't waver away from that. You know what I'm saying? You guys see my channel and I talk about what I've been through, but I don't waver away from none of that. I'm a man that fears God, bro. I am, homie. I fear God because of the simple fact he's the creator, homie. He can end you and he can give you life in a matter of 5.2 seconds. There's a lot of people that don't even fear. They don't even have that aspect to fear God, because they think that their God's their self, bro. That's why you have all these fools, music and aspect, and they think that they're bigger than life, homie, and they're their own gods, homie. And that's the bottom line. But learn from that experience, bro, and listen to what I'm saying, man. You guys you just listening, like people that are listening, a lot of people don't even want to hear this. If you're listening to what I'm saying, your ears are opening to this, bro. Like, honestly, to be truthful, I don't even know why I went down this road, but it's a passion, homie. And we're living in a time you need to hear about this. You really need to hear about this, because none of that stuff out there matters. I'm going to tell you like this. You want to talk about some real shit, some real life shit. When I was going through all them health problems, homie, nobody from the turf, nobody from the hood actually even called to check up on your boy Savage, bro. Nobody, homie. Everybody, I could count 2 people that were in my corner, homie. The hood, they abandoned me, homie, when I needed them the most, bro. Like, I couldn't have called in fools to actually vent to what was going on, because they didn't want to hear that shit. So where were all the homies? That's why I have a problem with this narrative of gangbang is supposed to be a brotherhood, because when I was going through the hard times, bro, none of them fools was here. My wife was here. My mom, they were praying for me. That's who I called on a daily basis, bro. Not the hood, not the homies. The homies didn't care about nothing. So that's what it is, bro. That's why, that's why for me, it's not a big deal to walk this shit alone, because I don't really need nobody. I don't need nobody but the people that are in the corner. You know what I'm saying? And that's the real deal, bro. So that's how I see it, you know? God is always good. Yes, he is, man. And that was one thing about the homie Momo. He would always write me and actually give me inspirational aspect when he wrote me, it was always on some spiritual aspect too, homie. That's what I respected about him, man. You know, keep him in prayer for me. Tell him Sav sends his love, and then we'll do that collab for sure. Because that's a solid one. That's as solid as it comes. You know, yeah, Lady Sav, man, she used to go through it so much in that time frame because she couldn't do anything to help me. That was messed up. My spouse that's in my corner, bro, that's been in my corner since day one, there was nothing she could do to help me at that time, bro. She used to actually just see me suffer and torture. She used to see me just going through torture at that time through a spiritual aspect, and she couldn't do nothing for me, you know? So, yeah, Mac Bracken, bro, that's why I always say this. It's smoke and mirrors with the gang aspect. It's smoke and mirrors, my homie. Nobody wants to hear that shit because everybody wants to think that gang banging is just this thing like honorable, homie. Everybody wants to act like gangbang is so honorable, bro. There's no honor in that shit. There's no honor in that shit because half of these fools are only gangbangers because there's a crowd. They don't even stand on their own feet. Half of these fools that gangbang, they need the gang for them to stand on their feet. They ain't out here standing on their own too. They ain't out here on the dolo tip. Half of them fools break when you actually see them and you run into fools that are supposed to be the enemies. You get to pressing fools and tripping. They don't even ride for themselves. So, you know what I'm saying? It's all smoke and mirrors. And the real ones that keep it thorough all the way, that are loyal to the game, 100%, that you don't have no smut in the closet. They the ones that get asked out by the suckers, bro. And then you got them fools going to do time for some mark-ass fools out there. You got the real ones having to go catch cases because the little homies done put in work on some bullshit, and then the older homies get indicted. And you got to go sit down for these mark-ass fools that don't even ride for what they supposed to. And then they badmouth, they gonna badmouth the real motherfuckers, bro. And I shouldn't be cussing, sorry, but you know what I'm saying? Little fools are badmouth the fools that done created this and done paved the way and done kept that flame lit. They gonna be the first ones badmouthing when they don't even have a reputation to badmouth because they ain't did nothing for the hood. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we fight for. That's what the homies, that's what we fighting for the turf. When 2025 gangbang is played out, bruh. There's no real gang culture out there. You know what I'm saying? For sure, man. Love, respect for your wifey. Hell yeah, man. She's a rider though. She a writer, you know. So yeah, that's all I had to say, man. I don't even know why we went and started talking about this, but it was something that I had to say. It was something that I had to say. You know, I mean, we got a cash app. It's not really for that, but we do got a cash app if you want to donate, definitely. You know what I'm saying? Jay, if you want to put the cash app in the comment section, you know, so I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot, though. No, definitely, I appreciate it. You know, I appreciate the donations, and yeah, there it is. That's the cash app that we use. See, that's exactly what I'm talking about, bro. People be acting all hard and think it's cool to be in a gang and to be seeing all the Colorado creating their own gangs. You know, and back in the day, there was a reasoning why I gangbang. I had the top tier reasoning. My whole generation before me, my cousins, my uncles, my dads, they were all from the hood, bro. So it was a generational thing for me. And I'm gonna be real with you, homie. I wish somebody would explain this shit. That this is really, to be truthful, this is not really something that you really want to be a part of. I wish somebody would have told me that. Like, you don't want to be a part of that, bro. That's not a lifestyle you want to be a part of. Because I was actually, like, before I even started gangbanging, homie, I was actually a person that had a genuine love for people and family around me. But gangbanging and just seeing losses, homie, and my dad getting smoked and different things, homie, it just turned me into a whole different beast. Where I thought, this is what I'm going to give my loyalty to. Before all of my talents and all the talents that God gave me, I'm going to put that to the back burner and I'm going to give my loyalty to the hood. And the messed up part about it is when I love something, homie, I do extremely to the fullest. When I love something, bro, I try to go extra for what I love. That's why you see the Bronco passion, right? But I do that 10 times. I did that 10 times harder for gangbanging because that's something I was living, bro. So if it was exterminate the enemigos and you ain't a part of the hood, you're no good, and you from the other side, homie, I don't got no love for you. And when I see you, I don't care what you are, I don't care who you are. If you're from the other side, homie, my first thing is terminate on sight. And I was known for that shit. And I was known for tripping. And I was known for carrying that flame of being a banger, not a member, a real life banger, homie, tripping. I went to prison for gangbanging. I caught war wounds for gangbanging. Got shot up multiple times for gangbanging. Prison time, fighting for my life, bro. Doing penitentiary risk, losing homies, losing family members to gangbanging. All for what? 40 years old, trying to find a job that I'm trying to get out of this stressful life of turmoil and poverty, bro. For homies that just don't add up to how I expect gangbanging. Trying to make excuses why they select politicking, trying to make excuses why they don't get down a certain way and they don't follow the code. And they'll be like, oh, that's not my situation. But the messed up part about it is when you're banging and you're from a hood, every situation for the hood is your problem if you're really banging. So you take on your brother's beefs. And that's why gang banging is whack, because there's no loyalty. So if you have beef, homie, and we riding together and you're my compadre, bro, your beefs are my beef, and I'm going all in for that shit. But these little fools nowadays just want to be party fools, bro. These fools want to be on the internet and show that they got a little bit of money and a gun. Stupid, dummy. Because when you get behind them walls and them real goons is pressing your noggin over it and they tripping on you, you gonna be the first one to tuck your flag, homie, and not bang no more. And that's the culture. That's the whack shit. You gonna hit that compound and fools is on your helmet. You ain't holding 10 toes down because you really a sucker, homie. You started gangbanging because you thought it was just a fun thing to do. And that's my problem with it. And then fools get away with that as like politic. And you wonder why a fool like myself don't want to be a part of that shit. Because I'm the type, homie, if I'm tripping, we going to extent. We going probably put ourselves in a thing, penitentiary risk. We probably going maybe catch a case. And I know what comes with it. I know what comes. I'm not going to cry when I catch a case, but I'm liable to go catch a case behind somebody else's bullshit. And then they snitch on me. They tell on the savage, bro. And then I'm the one that already has a record, and these fools I'm gonna go do the time. These fools are gonna get a slap on their wrist, and I'm gonna go give a whole life sentence to prison behind these fools that don't even hold it down for themselves. Real talk, homie. Yeah, and I appreciate you. No, I appreciate you guys, man. I got love and respect for the real ones, man. That's why, like, to the youngsters, bro, I know to the youngsters, my homie, that's why I try to urge you guys to not even go down the path of gangbanging, bro, because it's dumb. Gangbanging's I'm telling you, homie, this new age of gangbanging's for the marks, the homosexuals. Like, we're living in a woke generation, bro. 2025 is not the year to be gangbanging. You're living in where it's cool to be a transgender and fools have a strap and wear a skirt. That's what you want to be. That's the generation you want to get your stripes in, where men can be women and women can be men. That's the generation y'all want to get your stripes. 2025, no, at least when I was growing up, bro, you actually were known for what you could do with these hands. It was not everybody just dying. Fools are dying at the hands of another sucker, bro. You gonna get killed over gang politics, and the fool that you get killed by is a sucker, bro. He don't even have no resume, and he took a real one's life. So that's what you want to bang over. That's what you fools want to get your stripes in 2025, where your big homie, and no disrespect, but he could be getting sucked out by the fruitcake on the yard, and this is the big homie. This is what you fools want to do, and it happens, bro. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of fools that had a lot of respect in this world from a hood and go to the penitentiary, and they getting sucked up by the food that's called Shayla or Skittles. It happens, homie. So that's what fools want to be a part of. And then fools will be like, oh, it's just gay for the stay. It's just gay for the stay. Nah, bro, I couldn't be around that. Don't bring that shit around me. You lose all you. I mean, you could be a killer, all that, but you lose all your credibility around me. I can't be around. That's why one of my homies, and I ain't gonna say his name, I literally had to disown that fool. I had to say, nah, bro, we heard what you was doing on the yard. I don't condone that shit. I don't want no parts of you, bro. Because you put a black eye on the hood. When you do shit like that, you put a black eye on the whole hood. Now they're asking you about your homie. You got to back this fool up. Nah, bro, that's the homie. If he hits the compound and he's still politicking, they get out the homie. You're going to have to fight the battle for the gay homie. What? I'm not going to war over the gay homie. Hell no. I don't care if I knew you your whole life. I can't go to war and be in a big ass war where potentially somebody lose their life over this fool can't keep his lustful ways from the food called Shayla or Skittles. I don't want no parts of that. And some of the homies didn't even like that. Oh, bro, he's the homie. See, that's where it's messed up, bro. You can throw a blind eye to that shit. And that's why I don't want to be a part of that shit, because the code's lost. Hey, it happens. It happens. It happens to a lot of them too. They'll be getting sucked up all week by the fool that wants to be a girl and then go visit their baby's mom in the visiting. That's how cold it was. They was just on a date night with the Feezy. Friday night, day night, in the room putting up the shit curtain, and then they go and have a visit with their baby's mom and their wife. You know what I'm saying? So it's like that's the part, and that's what people don't tell you. That's or even the aspect of snitching, bro. Oh, let's get on that topic too. Even the aspect of snitching and even the aspect of some marks throwing jackets on fools, bro. Throwing jackets on fools. That's the cold part about it. I know a lot of good fools that got a jacket thrown because they didn't follow what this fool wanted them. They didn't follow the orders of this fool running fools through the grave and wanted fools to be pawns. And as soon as he don't like that, as soon as he thinks somebody goes against him, he throws a jacket on somebody and gets somebody wrecked behind some bullshit. And that's what fools are fighting for, huh? I'd rather fight for being a square homie and just being a responsible man. That's the respect I want nowadays, bro. I want to be just known as a decent individual that goes to work and provides for the family and take care of my family. I had all that other shit, bro. I had the respect of being a rider and a frontliner. That shit didn't get me absolutely nowhere, homie. I'm mentally in the roller coaster behind that shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? Damn, getting sucked up by, yeah, Skittles was a real dude, bro. I'm not even fabricating. And the cold part about it is a lot of them fools love Skittles. Shayla. They loved them fools, man. Them fools was pulling fools out left and right. And then you gotta back this shit up and explain why the homie's not gay, and knowing damn well this fool is a fruitcake on the yard. I mean, do whatever you're gonna do, bro. But damn, fool, why do I have to fight over your gay ass, bro? I don't want to go to war because you got exposed for getting swallowed up by skits or Shayla, bro. I don't want to have to go to war, and you know what I'm saying? Because you the homie, and I gotta defend that shit. Man, I'm like, damn. I'm fighting over the gay homie's love, and them fool being lovers on the yard, and I gotta go to war over that shit because I'm owed a loyalty towards you because we known each other forever. Like, bro, that's a messed up situation to put me in a predicament. So why do I want to even be riding with you fools? And then you got fools trying to vouch for that shit. Like, nah, bro, you grew up with him. Like, no, bro, that's not something I get down with, homie. I'm cool with that. Like, keep that over there. I'm good off that. Baby Skittles was turning all the fools out, bro. He was Skittles and Shayla. They were turning everybody out. They were turning everybody out, fool. Wild, man. Wild safari. And so when I think about that, bro, I'm not willing to spend another day in prison, another day in penitentiary behind some small shit of a hood and politics and get indicted. I'm not willing to do that shit, bro. Like, so I keep myself away. I'll just keep myself away from all that craziness. For I don't even be in them predicaments, you know? Shout out to all you guys, man. All high salute. P says Savage. I gotta go spend time. Yeah, nice, man. Have a good day, fam. Have a good Friday. I'm probably gonna tap out, man. It's been a good little live. I appreciate all you guys pulling up. We just chilling, man. We chilling today. What you guys got going on this weekend? What's the haps with everybody out here, man, in the city? What you think about you fine dropping? They said in the jam. What was the question, fam? What up, Gats? What's good with you, Brody? That's terrible. That's even more terrible, bro. It's not like, damn, homie, Skittles done made you swallow him up. He's the one that receives usually. And Foos is over there trying to swallow Skittles. Taste the rainbow. What you think about youngins dropping they set in the jam? Bro, I'll say like this. This is the true honest. This is from my heart, and just because like how I viewed politicking, right? When you get put on the neighborhood, homie, and you sign up, you gotta embrace whatever comes with it, right? You gotta embrace it. So if that means taking on a whole aspect of war, when you hit that compound and you got war upon your head, there's no ever excuse for you to check in. There's never an excuse for you to go tell the guards anything. No excuse. When you're politicking, bro, you basically confront what comes with it. So if you walk in a unit of enemies, bro, you better just get off on the first fool and take them war wounds. Fools will respect you more. But that's what comes with banging. I cannot look at any situation with a fool going in his whole time on the streets he was banging and he switch up. That's Mark shit, bro. That's lame to me, bro. It's Mark shit. You can't get to the county and you never been to the county, but you banged your whole life and then drop your flag because you see the surroundings, homie. You deserve whatever comes your way, bro. Because you was out here trying to act like you was really with the business, but when you hit that compound, you can't run. You're not allowed to drop your flag. You're a despicable person because you're turning your back on your tribe and you don't even have the penitentiary stripes. But this is why I say this, and to be truthful, and it's not to disrespect anybody that hasn't went to the county or prison, but you really can't even put a scale on gangsterism unless you been in them surroundings. And I know many fools that are factors on the streets. I'm not trying to go at you being a real rider on the streets, but you don't really know who you really are as a gangster till you hit that compound and you in them situations. You're facing them situations where fools are tripping and you don't have nowhere to run. You got to face that shit. And sometimes people got to face it alone. So that's the truth. You really don't know who you are till you're facing them situations, because you can be out here tough, bro. It's easy to be tough on the streets. It's easy to be out here, get a pistol and think you're doing something and acting like you're really banging, because you can actually leave. You can get at somebody and leave and you'll be good for a minute. And there you get at somebody, you're going to face that war immediately. You can't run from that shit. And most people that ain't really built for that shit is going to break if you ain't really built for that shit. I've seen it many times. That's why you have fools that bang their whole life a certain neighborhood and they go into prison and they have to be forced to ride with other cars because they're not really built on that shit. So you'll see fools that used to be Bloods and Crips, and they start riding with the Paisas and the Sureños and G's because they're not built to stand on their own too. They need a group to make them who they are. You understand that? And I can't get down with that shit either, because if you banging your whole life on an organization and you hit that compound, you better stay loyal to what you are. Your time down, bro. Don't jump ship because it got hard, because this is where it really determines who you really are. Got that visit coming Saturday. Get to see my baby. Hey, tell him, Savage, man. I really want to do a collab with the homie, bro. Like, he, over the years, bro, that's a dude that I actually always represent, bro, because he was one of the NSMs that put in work. He stood too. You talk about a fool that got rushed by 20 of his enemies. He stood strong and held his head high. And there's all honor in that, bro. Respect to a point. When he got to where we were telling some of the Sudanos, like, you ain't tripping on the homie Momo. We're tripping if you're tripping. What does a shot caller look like in the joint? You really don't really know. Really, shot callers try to be more quiet than anything, homie. Nobody, shot callers don't want the attention. They just make the rules. But a lot of times people don't even try to expose the shot caller. Everybody just knows, but it's not like something that pretty much a person's going to put out there, because once you have that light on you from the guards, they're going to mess with a shot caller. And that's what you don't want. How do elements take place? It's real easy to be tough on. Hell yeah, bro. And on the internet, everybody could be tough. Everybody. Internet's where you could be the tough the most, bro. Like, you can be anything on the internet. You could do whatever you want, say whatever you want. But people are getting killed behind the internet now. You see a lot of people getting unalived. Not for real. I mean, hell yeah, Rada. Hell yeah. They do be joining them, bro, because it's just like, I gotta. They might have some colors in they thing, bro. I mean, you just have to be the leader. That's what that means. You just kind of just gotta be the leader and basically like lead people in the right direction. When you got the keys, they make decisions. Fake. Hey, dude, there'd be a lot of them fools, man. I swear I got shot through emojis 500 times since I've been on social media. Fools done hit the block on me 500 times tripping. And they still be tripping. That's why I kind of ease back from all the politic talk, bro. Really. You know, because I really honestly, bro, I'm gonna tell you like this. It's just a life that we are a part of and I grew up in, bro. But I have a bad taste for a lot of the culture. I'm gonna be honest, bro. I have a bad taste for the culture because I see my eyes been open to what the real is in the culture, bro. I look at my upbringing, and if there was a couple fools that just like tripped on me and said, you're not going to be a part of this, I would have been playing football for the NFL or playing sports, bro. I was good at sports. If there was one person in my life that started tripping on me and my family, like, I'm gonna punch you up if you try to be around the homies. I actually would have probably played sports, bro, but everybody's just so invested in what the life. So yeah, homie, like a lot of stuff went out the window for your boy Savage, bro. I guess maybe I have a resentment towards that. And then just seeing what it is, and it's not cracked up what it is. It's not cracked up what it is, even on them yards. Because like, I'm gonna be real. This is the realest I could put it. There's only a couple cars that really push the power on the yards, bro. And if you're not in them cars, you're just surviving, really. So all this gangsterism with these hoods out here that you see all these fools so banged out for their hoods in there, if you're basically not really under a couple cars, bro, then you're just basically surviving, and it's just going to be chaos. When I was doing time, you know what I'm saying? Like when I was doing time, there was a couple cars that they had more numbers and they were more disrespectful and more alpha than anybody else in the cars. And if you were in them two cars, a couple of them cars, you really were surviving. You were trying to be on the yard. You were trying to hit the yard and survive. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yeah, man, I was good at sports. I was hella good at sports. And then what comes with that is if you're a unit, and I've seen it multiple times with a lot of different cars. If you're a unit that just don't have the numbers and you don't got the power, there's a lot of fools that just you see the shaky and fakeness and the soft fools of them cars. You see fools stop banging and they start riding with the bigger cars and they get pulled into the bigger cars because they really couldn't push that line because it was just like they were backed in a corner. And you're thinking about it like, damn, fool, how did like multiple fools from that hood or multiple fools from that car, how did they start banging something else? And you're like, what? That's mind blowing to me, bro. That's mind blowing to me. Yeah, and that's the messed up part. Some of them fools dictate everything. Like let's put it like this: the white dudes, right? If you're a white dude and you're not even a part of politics, you're not a part of politics, and you're a white dude, the white boys they're gonna try to pressure you to actually ride. And if you say no, you might have an issue on your hands. They're gonna be tripping. They're gonna tell you what you can and what you cannot do. So if you never been racial against a black fool, you're forced to ride, you gonna be racist on the yard. You gonna feel some type of way, and that might not even be you, but they're gonna tell you what to do. They're gonna tell you who you could sit with. They're gonna tell you who you could eat with. They're gonna tell you who you break bread with. That's just how it goes. And if they want you to actually put in some work, you gonna put in work. You don't have no. You're not gonna have an option because then you're gonna get in a wreck with them fools. That's just how it is all the way around, bro. You don't have no power, no control. That's what it is. I seen some good solid people that were neutral and they end up banging because they had to on the yard because they really were not riders either. Like you can't expect anything from them. They were good people and they caught cases for having to go put in work something that they didn't even really want to do. Nah, not really. I mean, I can't say that. Like, I can't say it really makes because out here it's not like California, Arizona. I know people will say that it's not really all the way a racial aspect. When I was doing time, it wasn't really like a racial aspect all the way full throttle, right? Because you had I knew Mexican Bloods and Mexican Crips. So if it was like California, that stuff would be you would actually be in a war over that. You would get a big target on your back. But I seen black north side fools, bro. I seen white Crips, white Bloods. They didn't really get took off the yard or anything. It was more about gang banging. But you do got convicts from the old school, and they have them views. But the white boys, they push more of the racial thing than any aspect, to be honest. And they're in their little homie's business. They are tripping off everything, you know. Checking in, hell nah, man. Yeah. Checking in was terrible because you don't check in like you check in one yard, you're gonna get checked in at every yard. They're gonna be like that fool checked in over there. But yeah, that's what's up though, Rodas. Hope everybody's good. Big Seb, what's up with King? How you doing, fam? That's why I say just man, enjoy your life out here, man. There's so much freedom. Like, um, I don't know. The Pisces kind of like they hate everybody. To be honest, I mean, not they. I don't technically say that they hate, like have a hatred, but they do. Like some yards, bro, the Pisces acted just like gangbangers, so they were tripping. And I guess the biggest resistance were like the active Crips or the active Blood. So yeah, they might have got into it. They might have got into it with some different cars that were gangbanging, you know. I seen the Pisces. Yeah, they do. They be tripping. One funny story, homie. I remember the Pisces were tripping where I was, and they were jumping everybody. Everybody. If they had beef with you, they were going to jump you. So all the gangs had to come together and tell the Pisces, if you jump one more person, every gang on this yard is going to go at you. And that's the only way we actually had them fools settle down. But it got out of control, man. He came home dropping the, oh, well, yeah, man, definitely. I feel it. Maybe he had a bad run in. Because in there, like I said, it's all alpha males, bro. So you're gonna have alphas from every car. So he probably had a bad run in. He probably had a bad run in, definitely. You know, and it takes one bad fruit to just make you hate the whole car, you know. But like California and Arizona, I know them fools are like they are on racial time. They on super racial time. Out here, when I was doing time, bro, I never, like I said it before, I never seen a racial war in prison. I never seen a whole race go at another race. It was always just like gang bangers, like gang banging. You know, it was never set off with, oh, the Mexicans just got into it with the whole blacks. You know, it was either the Paisas got into it with the Crips. The Bloods didn't even get involved, even the Black Bloods. Or the Paisas got into it with the Bloods. The Crips didn't get involved. You know, so it was just more about like your car and the gang banging sense. Now it might be different now. It might be different now. I really don't know how that goes. You know, how it's going now. But when I was doing time, that's just kind of how it was. Nah, I never been to the feds. The feds is I never really, my whole history is kind of like violence, bro. So that's just like state. State is more like violent cases. Feds, you have more like embezzlement and frauds and different like high profile like terrorist. That's kind of more feds, you know. But state is more like where the gangbangers go and the youngsters. A lot of state is like gangbanging, like youngsters, regular situations like cases, attempted murders, and you know that's kind of what the state is. Yes. Was he is he basically in the feds? Or is he in the state? Because the feds is a little different though, too. The feds is a little different. Like it's not really, I would have to say gang banging in the feds. It's more about your state. So like you ride with Colorado fools. Everybody from Colorado kind of rides with each other. And then you got California, you got DC. You know, you have like, yeah, they got him in Cali. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, California's system's a little different too. California. Well, see, and if we're talking about Cali, they're a little more on a racial tip. Colorado's a little different. So California, I could see if he got out racist. Oh yeah, yeah. That's how the feds are, bro. That's how the federal system is. Um, Feds too, you're doing a lot of your time. You don't really get like good time in the feds. You're doing like 85%, 90% in the feds out here in Colorado. You show respect, you give respect regardless where anyone from. Yeah, you have to. You have to have respect, man. But nowadays, like I'll be catching a lot of people just don't have respect for anything. Don't have respect for nothing. I'm like, damn, bro, how did you make it in this world with no respect? I never caught I really ain't never caught the three strike for myself, bro. But what I hear, because I know some people that caught it, what I hear is if you catch three felonies of the same kind in a matter of some span of years, you're gonna get three strikes. And I mean, that's kind of like, oh, maybe California is different because out here we call it the big bitch and the little bitch, and that's obituary. I mean, a habitual offender. You know what I'm saying? So out here it's like three times what the initial charge is, but the 3 strikes is like you catch, I think out there 3 felonies in a matter of a certain aspect, and you get 3 strikes, you could get a life sentence behind something. The feds have more base heads. Damn, fool. They over there based out. Smoking Halado. Shit, man. I know. I started drinking. Man, I'm about to go get some coffee and be on another. We Friday. We on the Friday tip, Rada. We on Friday vibes. Me and the homie doing a live too, man. Dummy. Hey, can you guys all go sub up to the homie Dummy Dodging right there? He's trying to get to 1,000 subs. We got to get the homie to 1,000 subs because they took his channel, bro. He's another Colorado-based content creator. Let's run that shit up, bro. Let's get the homie 1,000 subs because they took his channel for some bullshit. And tonight we're going to be doing a show, so you guys tap in about Denver artists. He's still on. I thought it was going to be a quick one. I did too, bro, but I started getting passionate. My bad, Rada. My bad. They be off that paint. They be off that young paint. What about the youngsters doing? They doing helium now. Yeah, see, just stay out of trouble. You don't want to do 85% of a 20-year sentence, bro. You're gonna do the whole 20. When I was in state, you at least got 10 days a month. In state, you got 10 days a month, a good time. But if you were politicking like my little dumbass, sorry, lady said, I don't mean to cuss, but if you were politicking like me being stupid, I lost a gang of good time, bro. I got write-ups for the dumbest things too. I got stupid write-ups, and they take time away every single write-up. Some of your good time gets taken away. I got write-ups for disobeying lawful orders, being out of location, taking stuff from the kitchen back to the units, contraband, being in fights. Like, I got a gang of write-ups, bro. And I did more time than I should have. With the balloons in their hand. Yeah, they like, what's up? What's up, fool? Let's go ride, all tweaked out. Hey, how does that? Hey, Wi-Fi. What is that like? Is it just helium or what is it like? What does that make you feel like, bro? I'm glad I didn't try any of that, bro, because I had an addictive personality at one time. I might have got addicted. Because I'll tell you like this, when I got shot up, bro, they gave me some codeine and Oxycontins on me. And I started popping Oxycontins right after getting shot up. And I got addicted to that shit, bro. So when I got to prison, I couldn't get that fix in because the Oxycontins kind of messed up a lot of things for me, bro. I just got addicted to that shit a little bit. I started trying to do Neurontin pills. It's kind of the same feel. Hell nah, bro. I had to break away from that. So the whippets, all that stuff, bro. I heard about that. Yeah, I'm glad I never ever went down that road, homie. Yeah, yeah, because Crowley was ink capital. Crowley was ink capital because so I went to Crowley, bro, when I first fell, and they had actually got in a riot previous in Crowley, and they took the freeway, so it was real like locked down. It was not control I mean, it was control movement. Like you couldn't even walk around there, and only a couple people were getting down with the tattooing. But I hear now Crowley is just crazy with the tattoos. I broke my foot 3 weeks ago. I didn't even get my. Yeah, you don't want, man. That stuff will make you get sick. That stuff will make you get sick, my homie. Some people go to heroin when they get deeper. Oh, Man, that's a Thank you, these. Oh yeah, we got some. Give me the spicy chicken nuggets too. And then can you make me some coffee if you get a chance?
Oh, I'm still working.
Oh, I'll make some. Nah, my bad. Yeah, nah. So one quick one quick story. See this right here? You see this cross right here, right? My Sally, he had the gun. This was like the first time I ever just like try to get a tattoo in prison, and he had the gun, and this fool messed up on my arm. He had messed up because he went too deep with the ink, and it started draining, and then when it actually healed, it looked like hamburger meat. This fool literally that same day, because one of my homies was kind of mad. This fool left the yard, bro. Left my arm like that. So I kind of gave up on tattoos when I was in there. But everybody was struck down. Yeah, everybody was struck down. What's up with it? What up with it, Rada? What up, Knight? How you doing, fam? Um, Seven Maniacs. Yeah, that was an awful situation. Or I would have been probably more struck down. I would have been probably way more struck down. But that kind of persuaded me not to want to get more tattoos, because I was like, man, maybe tattoos ain't for me. And that was a messed up tattoo. They doing portrait, and that's the crazy part in there. Like if somebody gets checked off the yard or something happens and they leave you with half a sleeve. Oh, thank you. Lady Sev's a beast. Lady Sev, you a beast. She comes in clutch with the young coffee drink. But yeah, nah, that persuaded me. That persuaded me to not get tattoos on the art. But everybody in Crowley, they were getting inked up. I knew people that were getting inked up all the way from face. I honestly didn't know how people were doing face tattoos. And people were getting away with it. Like I seen a fool just get blasted on his face. Hey, don't get no tattoos, my brother. Yeah, don't get no tattoos, man. If you live this long and haven't got a tattoo, just stay away. Like it's cool to not have tattoos. Like don't mark yourself. You know what I'm saying? Like keep your temple pure, bro. Because once you get one tattoo, you're gonna want to get two tattoos. Two tattoos turn into three. Then you get sleeves, and then that's your main focus. I need to get some work. Yeah, bro. You know. What it do? What it do? And then if you don't have the plug, like homies putting in work on the tattoo, you're gonna be paying a lot for tattoos, and you're gonna feel like you breaking yourself over tattoos. So if you don't have no tattoos, you know what I'm saying, just stay away from them. What up, GOE? How you doing, fam? Yeah, people really be trying to get tattoos. And before I went to prison, bro, there was only like three types of people that got tattoos. You were a prisoner, a gangbanger, or a sailor. That was the only people that were getting tattoos. Now everybody got some damn tattoos. They don't trip. Most said some go dude got hey, they're talking damn. Wow. Nice. See, that's original tattoos though. The young birthmarks. That's right there is the original. So when I was just like fully invested in gang culture, and I was out there trying to just be the most active, I was about to get everything blasted. I was gonna get my whole shit blasted. Boom. I was gonna get all kinds of disrespectful shit, like disrespectful because I just wanted that attention. I am so glad I didn't get all that shit. I'm so glad I didn't just do that to myself, bro. I'm glad, because like just with what I have now, just like this right here, people are always invested what I have on me. I be walking up and talking to people. People be like trying to check out my tattoos. Like, where's this food from? And that's how we used to do it too. We could always identify if somebody banged by little tattoos. If you had wrong tattoos on you and you had something that we just consider gang related, oh yeah, it was no good for you. No bueno. I could always see who was who with tattoos. I done been in a car and somebody at a location we pulled up had certain tattoos, and off top, like that was just an indication where they was from. Got to tripping on homie. He took off like a track star because of his tattoos. Left his baby's mom and everything. That's why you got to worry about what you get tatted on you. I seen somebody get open-handedly slapped behind their tattoo. What's up, homie? Why you got that shit on you? Oh yeah, hell yeah, with this hair too. I gotta let my hair grow out, get a little fade. Hell yeah, that's what I'm trying to do, my brother. I'm definitely trying to be a businessman. I think my journey takes me to another city though, bro. Because I don't know, Colorado, like I think once you in it and you have like a lot of negativity and like people around you might be negative, I think you have to change sceneries for a little minute. So I have plans to actually go to another city for some months and build and stack some money, bro, and then build my own business. I know a lot of these YNs get all kinds of tats to hide that. I mean, yeah, bro, like T Nutty said, you think you thugged out with some rag tattoos? I got bad news. You ain't thugged out because you got rags and tattoos, but I got bad news. T Nutty don't give up, and I'm fit to blast you just because you think you thugged out with rags and tattoos. Because it really, I mean, a lot of fools do get tatted because everybody thinks that makes an individual. But if you got behind them tattoos, you really just find out they ain't really standing on business. It's just like the crossouts. Like fools get their enemies whacked out, and they never even see their enemies. That's why that was a big problem with me. How you gonna get a whole organization or a whole gang whacked out on you? You get a CK tatted on you, bro. You don't even ever see Crips, but you got that shit whacked out. And then when you come across real Crippin' or you come across real Bloods and you got that shit on you, you just get demolished over them tattoos because you were trying to look cool. I seen it, homie. I seen fools get whacked out, and they come around the real riders, bro. They come around the real set trippers, and them fools get to getting beat up and victimized on the yard behind some tattoos they got whacked out, and they never even ran into them fools. If you put them tats on your face, you would be asking why they ain't hiring me. Yeah, that's why. And that was I was about to just do that before I went to the joint. I was going to get some disrespectful on my eyes, bro. I was going to get some shit, eye busters on my eyes, bro, whacked out. I was about to end my career, bro. What's the topic? We talking about just trying to better yourself and why these fools get tattoos and living life of freedom. Living life of freedom. I tend to want to play the games. That's the ones that check in. Yep. The real talk, though. I seen fools get demolished because of a tattoo, bro. Have to cover that shit up. Like if you get a tattoo and you have to cover that shit up, they make you cover it up. You a pure weenie, bro. Because like if you get something on you and they make you cover it up, you really just got to stay away from all that aspect. But they'll be the first fools that'll be on another yard acting tough. Damn. That's interesting. So a person that got like Tattoos on his face, high anxiety. That's interesting. That's great. That's crazy. That's you learn something every day. Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad something actually kept me away from getting all kinds of face tats. But that's something that's kind of something that comes with the life we live, bro. We really just wanna be out there, and we want to be that example of what it is to be active, you know. But I see individuals too with some dumbass face tats. I see some fools with some dumbass face tats. Like, why would you even get that? Why would you get that on you, bro? Like, what made you in your right mind get that on you? That looks stupid. Damn, that's true. That's deep. It's a shield to hide the anxiety. Damn, that's deep. Everybody got some tattoos, man. Everybody got tattoos. Back in the day, you wouldn't even catch somebody with tattoos unless they were really about some type of lifestyle. Now I go around and every person on this earth walks around with tattoos. Because I'm an island boy, I'm just trying to make it. I'm an island boy. I'm just an island boy. Oh, that's just hilarious, fool. Well, see real quick. I'll stay on here for a little bit more. I appreciate y'all tapping in and coming to say what's up. Cancel. Have you seen this, son? Yeah, and that's messed up, bro. Like his baby's mom, I don't know, man. That's why, like, damn, fool. Why you gotta do drugs and drink when you were pregnant? Anybody can come up, say what's up. I mean, if you guys want to, it's open panel. If y'all want to say what's up, but isn't homie the one that said he sold his soul to Illuminati too? He did everything for Illuminati. Look what he put on his family's head, bro. He was kissing his brother. Him and his brother actually was kissing for some clicks and views, bro. They got content that they're kissing each other, French kissing each other, his twin brother. That's weird, homie. Most people only take things face value and they don't ever go under the surface. So if they see a tat, they'll be like, oh, shoot, I ain't messing with him. Hell yeah. And they got a whole thing in their closet. They got the whole thing in their closet, bro. It's like, damn, homie, that's weird. That's weird. You hear about the mortuary in Pueblo? What happened? What happened in the Low Town? What's the scoop on the Low Town, Marada? It's a done deal. Fools be off that young yipper. Fools be off that young yippy. If you do powder and it sticks around, you're liable to do 20s. You're liable to hit that young boater, the young pookie. Don't get caught up in the pookie. All right. Don't get caught up in the young pookie. Don't get caught up in the Yuki. Some weird shit. Bro, something about the guy who was hiding all kind. Dang. Hey, Shout out to the Low Town, bro. Shout out to the Pueblo. There's some fighters out there, bro. I know some solid homies from Pueblo. But I'll tell you like this: Pueblo, homie, was one of them cities. Like, it just feels like you a trap when you out there. You don't really. There's no like motivation out there. Everybody when I was going out there, everybody was smoking meth. There was no opportunities. They don't have no work. So everybody be on some incredibly crazy stuff out there. And it's not big. So that's why everybody was smoking meth. Everybody was off that meth, homie. Everybody was off that meth pipe. And even the gangsters would tell you, yeah, we all smoke meth. And it's just one of them poverty things, bro. Like, Pueblo's like the lost city. Like, everybody kind of forgot about Pueblo in Colorado. That's not a city you represent to basically like kind of represent the city, because there's nothing to do out there. It's just poverty, you know? And it's sad, homie. It's really sad. It's a sad situation. What's up, Brody, bro?
Man, at work.
Nice. At the work.
Man, I hope ain't none of them watching, because I'm going to the mall real fast.
What you going to cop at the mall?
I'm not. Somebody told me that they got like a pro out there at the Colorado Museum. So shit, well, I had to run somebody around. I said, let me do the same thing.
Nice. Friday
Shit,
vibe.
all my people, my boss and them on vacation.
Oh yeah, you good then, homie? You good?
What's up with it, homie?
Oh man, I'm just cleaning up the crib, and then somebody.
Hey man,
so somebody
the homie. Hey,
go ahead.
I was gonna say, nice with Ricky ain't playing with them. Hey, I agree exactly what he said.
Yeah,
to face tattoos. That's crazy, homie.
Yeah. Nah, 100%, 100%. So I don't know. Have you been watching my life from the beginning?
I had just got on here a minute ago. I was at the grocery store with the residents.
So you remember old girl? We were talking about her son, the one that shot old girl, the lady, Rocca's baby's mom.
Yeah.
Somebody had hit me up. Did she snitch on me? And I kind of was just explaining. I was explaining the situation about the domestic violence. I got a case behind her because of domestic violence, bro. I went to
you ain't the only one.
So I mean, you know, he was asking about that because he met her. He met her just recently, and I said, "Hey, put this together." There's like about 10 people I know over the years that know her. I knew her when she was just a Valley white girl, bro, in decades. It was decades days. I went over there to Lafayette and started messing with her. And then all of a sudden, I catch a case, domestic violence, went to go sit in the county for it, had to pay restitution. She went all the way to trial to, like, her and her mom went to go sit in the courtroom and just basically, you know how it goes, bro. But domestic violence is kind of look different. I mean, they don't look at that as snitching. So I'm just like, that's all that was about.
Yeah, that lady something. She's something different, man. That's all I'll say.
She is, Rada. I'm glad I don't have to deal with that anymore, because she was wild.
Yeah.
She was wild back in the day, bro.
That's all I'll say, man. She's different, man. I'm trying my best not to. I don't know some of them.
No, and that's why I didn't even want to answer the question. Fool. I didn't even want to talk about this, but somebody's like, and it was weird because he's like, I just met her, and did you talk about she told on you or something? I'm like, bro, that was when I was like 18, 17 years old, bro. And if you know anything about decades, that's how long ago that was. Decades.
Yeah.
Nightclub, teenager.
Oh,
club.
damn. See, I never even went to that club, but I know what you're talking about, though.
Yeah, I used to know the DJ, fool. I knew the DJ over there. So they were slaughtering little girls over there, fool, all the owners.
People talked about that club like that thing was jumping for real every weekend.
Because this is what it was, Marada. All them predators, they was in there, and they had a downstairs in the basement, and the owners was allowing some sexual activities with them little girls, bro.
Nasty words.
16, 17, even 15. They didn't have no ID. So there was 14-year-olds in there, and they had them downstairs, and they were goosing them. They got caught with cases and all kinds of shit.
That's nasty work, man.
Older fools could get in there. All the predators that were above 25 would be in there. And it was easy peasy because they would have money and
Looking
they
for
would
the
go.
little bitches.
Yeah, that's why people were saying it was popping. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have an ID, so we got in there for free, and it was just we would take our drink, bro. We'd get liquor in there, homie, and go to the DJ booth. You know, so it was just one of them aspects.
It's crazy how cats pick and choose about certain things, though. Even like with that, as far as like goosing on little ass girls and shit. Like I know some dudes they done exiled their own family member because they say that person goosed a little girl, but then they running around town with another little 30-something-year-old man that's goosing on 14-year-olds. These
Man,
dudes is crazy, man.
it's wild, bro. That shit
It,
is
it, it's
wild.
it's it's it's, it's absolutely fucking absurd.
They choose and pick a lot of that shit, bro. A lot of topic.
Yeah.
Club decades definitely remember that, man. A lot of people remember that. You know, a lot of people remember them days, bro. They demolished that though. They demolished that. They had to. And then they turned it into Hollywood Legends, and Hollywood Legends was born. But yeah, now what you just going over there to the mall over there to Colorado Mills?
Hell yeah, while I'm using their gas. Real, man. I work hard Monday through Thursday, Friday, shit. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
We
not
chill
definitely,
for a
bro.
minute. I've been ripping and running all week, man, taking people, moving people and taking them here and there, which I don't mind. I love my job.
Yeah.
Shit, I do. I got benefits, girl.
So let me ask you a question. So I don't know if you heard about, and you probably ain't even tapped into this. So there's a little youngster called Tommy Guns. You ever heard of him?
Tommy Guns.
Tommy Guns. He's the
Is that the white
he
dude that be going against Eminem?
nah. So Tommy,
No.
nah, that's the
Oh, okay.
MGK. That's he said
Oh.
MGK. So this fool Tommy Guns, he's black and he's Mexican, but he looks black, but he rides with the essays, right? He's a Sureño.
He looked like Smurf.
Yeah, he's like, and he looks like he could be. He looks like he could just his whole family just black folks, bro. He's Tommy Guns is like he's real dark. So he's a Sureño. He's a youngster, but he be banging in his videos, right? His whole career came up rap. He banging in his videos. He goes to the county for a whole 20 days, and he comes out and said he's done. He's done banging, and he's done banging from the county 20 days. He said, I'm done with this shit. What you feel? What's the mindset about that? After 20 days.
After 20 days in the county, he said it was over?
It was over. So they're on him now, bro. They're on him. They're on him.
I mean,
like,
man, they honestly in today's time, Seth, I wouldn't even judge dude. I'd be like, man, you doing the right thing. Get away from this bullshit. Because the longer you stay this bullshit, homie, the more and more bullshit gonna come with it. You know what I'm saying? For real,
Yeah.
shit. If this ain't for you, get the fuck away from it.
At least he realized.
Yeah. You don't want to be this shit, boy. If you don't have the and for all the bullshit that come with this, you'll blow your head off like some other niggas I know that do.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro. So
this ain't for everybody.
I'm glad he realized.
I respect that boy's decision, man. Get away from that, man.
And he's young. He's still young.
Your friends don't like you anyway if they gonna pressure you to continue to be around them doing some bullshit.
Yeah. And he got his mind right, bro. And he came out like, I don't think this is for me. I think I'm done with everything. He's done with rapping. He's done with it all. You know what I'm saying?
Nobody want. I mean, man, yeah. I mean, shit. It ain't for everybody. He made that decision. Shit, stick with that. Don't let nobody shit force you to be around some bullshit that don't mean nothing.
Yeah, no, definitely, bro. I agree with that. I agree wholeheartedly.
This shit trash. I promise you, boy. I mean, even the solid niggas done turn bad. This shit don't make no sense.
Yeah.
I'm like, God, even the solid niggas is falling to the bullshit. But you know, that's life, cuz.
Yeah, I peeped out that live too. The one that you had old boy call. The one that
that was my what?
That was the lawyer, right?
Oh yeah, that was my lawyer and shit. Well, the lawyer from back then, I ain't got no motherfucking lawyers. I ain't had a lawyer since I used him.
Yeah.
Well, not let me say that. Because I did catch a pistol case in 2018 and I had to go get another lawyer, my man Tom Clinton. But
Yeah, yeah.
fuck them lawyers. But dude was a good dude though.
Yeah. So
Jonathan was cool.
it's funny, bro, because it's like people really try to throw some crazy shit out there and then it just got eliminated because the real will always
That's
come
because
out,
That's
you
because
know?
niggas is goofy and silly, Sam. No, I ain't gonna even say my homeboys because that nigga ain't my homeboy. But a nigga from my hood, from my community, tried that same shit like 10 years ago. It's
Yeah.
just whoever this boy found this time, they ran the play a little, they tried to run the play for real instead of the last nigga, he hurry up and just folded that shit back up, put it in his pocket.
Yeah.
But now the
No,
weirdo
definitely.
done found some goofies, which, I don't even like know none of them young niggas like that anyway. They like like generations, 10 generations after I they way down
They
the line,
babies,
homie.
homie.
Yeah, they
They
babies,
they
cuz.
babies,
And I
right?
had to sit with some of my younger homies and some of my older homies over the past week. They like, man, OG, you know them. And I'm like, man, that's why I refuse to go back and forth with some weirdos, especially about some shit that is how do they you plagiarized your test, boy. That's why I say you got all F's. You got to do your homework sometimes, cuz you can't be out here trying to cheat off the next nigga because his answer is
Yeah.
wrong.
Nah, 100%, my brody. I feel that tremendously. Yeah.
Hey, cause I ain't
Night.
gonna hey Sam, I ain't gonna even front. I was pissed off for a minute because I'm like, what motherfucking paper they keep showing that I don't have? Because I got all my paperwork from my case, right? So I'm like, but then when I seen that thing, I'm like, nah, that's bogus, nigga. Somebody made that shit up. Because it wasn't in my paperwork, right? So when I went to the federal building and I, asked the lady, how do I, get to my case, make copies, yada, yada, yada. And she told me, and then that was the first page. I said, oh shit. But it was the docket order, like the minutes from like every time I went to court. So dude
Yeah.
was telling me that there was no need for me to have that in my paperwork. It wasn't shit. It was just showing every time I went to court, right? But whatever. So when I get it and I'm looking, I'm like, damn, hold up, kid. Line 34 say the prosecutor is who filed for the 5K one. I'm like, shit, that was my first time ever seeing that shit when them dudes put that shit up. So I'm like, let me go get that. But
Yeah.
then
Nah.
when you look at it, like not on each line, they have an attachment. Like on motions or certain different little things, there's an attachment to that line item, right?
Yeah.
They didn't get the attachment. You know what I'm saying? They just showing that line items. So I was like,
Mm.
and I had to ask the lady. She was like, "Oh, well," she told me. Because I told her, I said, "I'm only concerned about line item 34, to be honest." You know what I'm saying? And when she pulled it up, she was like, "Oh, there's an attachment here." I'm like, "An attachment?" So she clicked on it, boom, and then that's when the little motion thing came up. I said, boy, I tell you, these niggas goofy than a motherfucker. But like I said, oh boy, that's trying to play the game. He been sitting in jail for a long time. He's miserable. He got that sugar. Him ain't feeling too good from day to day. You know what I'm saying? So
Man, fool.
yeah, get to the law library, cuz, or go to the medical library, nigga, and see how you can work on that sugar, nigga. Suck on a lemon or something.
Ooh, wee. Damn. God don't like ugly, man. God
Nah,
don't like
nah, and
ugly.
he ain't too fond of cocksucking followers either.
Yeah, man, I be hearing about a lot of people that done like threw jackets on people, bro. And I
Yeah,
just
they
think
do it all the time, my nigga.
I think that's one of the most despicable actions you could do too. It's just being
And
a
see,
piece of shit.
hey, I've always told my younger homies, no matter what y'all sit around and hear some of the older homies say, don't repeat that unless you're ready to deal with that. Cause
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I got a young homie, rest in peace. He heard some of us saying something about one of the homies. And the homie we was speaking on, ain't too many niggas finna run up on that nigga by theyself, on my mama. I don't care what. Niggas can play it how they want. But so the young homie was saying something to him. Nigga said, what's up to him? Young homie told him, nigga, I don't fuck with you. Nigga, use a rap. Nigga bucked up on him. Niggas even gave the young homie that thing, like, and that nigga still ran from that tattletale, nigga. On my mama. So niggas be
Yeah.
out here playing, and it's some dudes that have told that is with the shit and gonna do something to you. So
Oh
that's how
yeah,
I've
no,
always told
definitely.
my young homies, man. Don't just repeat what you hear some of the older homies say, cause even some of the older homies and other niggas throw jackets on niggas because nigga done goosed his baby mama, or a nigga don't like a nigga
That's
for one
that's
reason
the
or another.
crazy aspect right there, bro. That's the shit that I just don't understand. Like, damn, all over that? You gonna throw a
Yeah, my
whole
homies know I
jacket?
don't. My homies know I don't get down like that, man. It ain't for what, homie. Denver ain't a big old ass Los Angeles, man. We all know each other,
Yeah.
or not. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of
And the
these cats
silly
out here
part,
playing, you're not
you know
known.
what's crazy about the silly part is there's so many fools that are pawns in fucking their mindset. They start believing that shit and trying to go off of that shit. Like, damn, bro, like you don't have a mind to think, even think on this level, homie. So you're just like, bro, this fool, or if this fool has money, they gonna suck him up and follow what
Oh,
he has.
that
He wants
hey,
to
that
spread.
that that's part of the biggest problem down there. It was a certain fella, a lot of niggas was and not literally speaking, but to me, I think so. Niggas was sucking this nigga up, scared of this nigga because he got the bag, So niggas is sucking him up. Good niggas, too. Good niggas. Y'all know who y'all is. Don't get mad at me. Fuck y'all, nigga. Y'all want to play with me? I told y'all, stay tuned in, cuz.
Yeah.
Because I don't play with niggas like that or play with people like that. Period. It don't for what? You know what I'm saying? If you bad peoples, you bad peoples. And I promise you, my little one just I got a hold of his stuff. It's just a whole lot to download. But once I get done, a lot of bad peoples, man. There was a lot of y'all. There was a lot of people that was in there about that Willie Clark case. There was a lot of y'all in there. Can I? Y'all playing with the wrong person, man.
Yeah, bro.
I'll be
You
done
know,
with it in about a week, and then it's on. Boy, content finna be what they say. Ooh, content.
I mean,
Motherfucker,
lay the bed
don't
and
play
lay
with
the
me.
bed, bro. You gotta sleep in that shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, Lord. Hmm.
Yeah,
But
that's
that's
just
all, man. That's why, like I said, I used to always tell my youngsters, man, don't just put that on somebody because you heard it or you don't like somebody. You know what I'm saying? That's just weird shit to do. It's a
yeah,
lot of dudes I don't like that I grew up around or grew up in my community. I wouldn't say nothing bad about them unless they bad peoples. And if it came up, I'm not just gonna sit around and like I told you before, I got a young partner. Well, I don't know. He probably don't consider me his partner no more because he was talking all this, snitch, I do this, I'll do this to a rat and yada, yada, yada. And I told him, I said, hey, young homie, your mama and your daddy told on some people. What are you talking about? Little nigga ain't talked to me since.
fools be mad. Fools do be getting pissed though. When you
Yeah,
point it
ain't
out,
talked to
fools
me
be getting
since.
pissed.
Your mama and your daddy got some people sometimes. So what do you mean you don't like snitches? Knock it the fuck off. All this
I'm
fake
dead.
tough shit, street shit is weird to me. Because
Yeah,
everybody ain't that. I'm not no street nigga. I played that role for a minute, but don't make me do. Yeah, I ain't no street nigga. Played
yeah.
in the streets, you know what I'm saying? But no, I ain't no street person, man.
Hell
I'm a,
no, bro.
I'm a,
I'm trying to
I'm a,
relax.
I'm a pawpaw, man. I got grandkids out here.
Hey, that's a blessing though, homie, because people don't understand how much that is a blessing to even be to be older like that or be my age, bro, and just be chilling now. You could just look at it and be like, damn, fool, like Fusen is not even supposed to be here at the moment. But I mean, there's a
Yeah,
purpose behind everything, homie. You know?
everything. And like I said, man, I started my content. You said, why I started my channel because of the Swizzom story,
Yeah,
disrespecting my community. But now
yeah.
I got the community playing with me, so now they content. I was
they
trying not to do it, but now they content, yeah.
yeah, no, definitely,
Play with
bro. I
me.
feel it. I feel it. Yeah, man. And boy, they discovered home who he was. The young
Period.
Swampy, the young Swamp Stories.
Oh,
They
for real?
discovered him. They
That's
got his
funny.
location and his face.
That
Yeah.
is funny as hell. But
Where's
these
that?
people be
Is that where you at the coops? You over there hooping, fool? You over there at the
nah, I just
basketball courts?
nah, I just got here to this out here to Colorado Mills.
Oh yeah, it's cool over there. You in Dick's? I guarantee that's Dick's. Dick's Sporting
Absolutely.
Goods.
Absolutely.
Yeah, now that's what's up, Brody. Yeah, I'm just chilling, man. I just thought I'd chop it up. I was just came down here to chop it up with the homie Brian because he asked that question, but we got into a whole different subjects and different things. I went on a tangent about different things, and you know,
Yes, sir. Shit, we gonna get it in tonight a little bit, huh? Play
hey,
some music, talk
yeah.
about some of the music around here. That's cool.
Tonight we getting it in, bro. We're gonna do pioneers of Colorado hip hop. The pioneers, the one that created it out here, not just the 20 legends and the views and you know what I'm saying. We're gonna with the pioneers, the ones that opened the door. We're about to do our own list. And then we got the worst rappers that ever came out to town.
Oh man, outfits, that must be none. Damn, right? Yeah, we definitely gonna do the worst rappers in town. What's happening? Because there's quite a few from my section of town. Trash.
Just ain't feeling the music.
L garbage.
Yeah, I don't even know why. Some people
They
just gotta
rap is
be.
trash, and
Sometimes you
so is
have to.
they cripping.
You have to just like kind of just tell your homies if they can't rap, like bro, you just don't need to rap, man. You
Yeah,
need
just
to,
be honest. Don't be telling nobody no bullshit. Because I'm
you
sure
know,
finna, nigga. I'm through trying to be the nice guy to the guys and stuff. My fuck, man, boy.
because I'll be like, bro, I'm not like whatsoever a rapper, but I can do music and I could rap a little bit.
Store is hard.
Oh yeah, they got some good stores over there, bro. You gotta go check out that lid store too. They got a lid
That's
store
where
that
I'm
got some.
going. It'd be
Yeah.
hard. As soon as I walk in, I see a hat. I'd be like,
What
wait,
jersey
let me
was
go
that?
to a
You was right
different
by
one.
the jerseys.
This is
Broncos
this
country.
this store is called Fan Outfitters.
Oh yep, I've been over there. They
I ain't
got some
never
good.
even been in there. I ain't
Yeah, they
never
got
even
some
heard
good.
that store.
They got some good jerseys in there, definitely.
Hey,
Oh, they
and
got.
I'm always by myself, guys. Whenever you see me, I'm always by myself. Nigga, I don't roll with 5, 6 people because I'm scared now. I like to go by myself.
Oh
Pussy
yeah.
ass niggas. I'm like kind of frustrated. I'm trying not to be, but wait.
Well, yeah, man. It's. I mean, it's not.
I'm
I
gonna
mean,
book me a
it's.
nigga.
I understand. Huh? It's understandable, homie. That I would be pissed about that. I would be pissed on that shit too,
Yeah, don't
because
play with me.
you know,
Don't play with me. Go play with your mama, nigga.
it's just
Go play
wild.
with that bitch.
What you doing for the game tomorrow? What you got going on for the game tomorrow?
Man, you know I ain't on shit. You know the weekend said I don't try to do too much, man, because
Yeah.
they go by so quick. I'm back to work on Monday, so I ain't doing much of shit. I'm
Hey,
chilling.
bro, they so pressed about our squad, bro. Fools is like because
I see.
everybody's like coattailing the Broncos right now, and they just kind of saying what it is, and everybody that's not a Bronco fan just hates it. They cannot stand it, bro. We the topic of all podcasts right now because everybody's like they're overrated and fools are sucking them up too much. It's like, damn, bro, we got the whole NFL press right now. I love it though. I love hearing
Can
fools
we
cry.
get sucked up for once? Damn, what's the problem?
Like
Golly.
we've been out of commission for a minute. And you mad? You happy
Everybody,
because
hey,
we talking good juju, bro? What the hell?
everybody gets a turn. Let us get our suck up on.
Yeah,
Golly.
bro.
Yeah. The other people y'all wore y'all up about. It's all good.
Nobody wants to hear the same old shit all the time either, bro. I don't want to put on ESPN and it's all about Patrick Mahomes. Everything's about Patrick Mahomes. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of hearing that, bro. It's time to dethrone that guy.
Hey, it's crazy the little fake jewelry things that be in the middle of the
Oh
mall.
yeah,
They be
kiosks,
trying
the
to get you
kiosks.
too. You like? No, I don't nobody want that bullshit.
Oh, did you hear about that? Did you hear about that one fool from LA that got robbed for his chains out here just recently? They put it all over
No.
the internet. You hear about that?
No.
Oh, them fools is just so mad at the city though because they put it out there. They're like, they put his chains out there, bro. That they got his ass. I was talking to some LA fool.
What was they at a concert or something? Look, now look, I
Yeah, they
seen
ran
something
up
on
on him,
TikTok,
bro.
right? I
Yeah,
seen something on TikTok and there was some little youngsters talking
yeah,
about we took your chain or some old weird shit. I didn't pay it no mind because they seem
bro.
like,
So he the fool that got his chain jacked. He clarified it was.
wow.
So now all the LA fools are like, Denver trying too hard. Like,
Shit, don't put
damn,
Denver in it. You go holler at them people that took your chain, punk. That's the problem. People always trying to put other people and drag other people in their shit. Speak who you talking to, mother people.
yeah. Because them little idiots were stupid about it. They got on the internet like, yeah, we got these fools. Yeah, if you want your chain back, it's gonna cost this and that. You know,
Goofy ass.
they said that was a trophy for the next 40 years of Denver, homie.
A
Jackson.
trophy.
That's what they said. I said,
They
damn,
probably
bro.
don't even know where to go get rid of them chains or try to even hawk them or nothing.
That's funny.
That's nuts. Do y'all's thing though, I guess. Whatever.
Yeah. Little youngsters, man. Little youngsters be tripping. They tripping.
Hey man, they sell eyebrows, eyelashes in a vending
Bill?
machine. Would you
Yeah.
buy some of these? Little mama, come here. Come here real quick. You wouldn't wear none of that? She like, hell no.
I guess Cardinal Senate. Yeah, bro. They gonna turn up though, man. Corliss Sutton got his little bag, homie. He gonna be a Bronco for life. You know what I'm saying? They about to beast out, homie. I'm actually pretty excited about what's taking place with the team. I'm ready to watch.
Peas. Maybe that's it. Yeah, I'm ready for some football myself, homie. Okay.
Oh,
They got a bunch
one
of
question,
Ben
homie.
Davis
This
shit
had
in
me
there.
hot. This is on the topic of basketball. Did you see that punk ass fool Marco Porter Jr. trying to hate on the Nuggets?
I did. Weirdo
Mark.
ass.
He a mark, homie.
For sure.
I'm glad we got
sure.
rid of that guy, bro. He went and
Me
started bashing
too.
the Nuggets. You a loser for that because that fool said, it was just not winning no more. You know what I'm saying? I realized it was not about the winning culture no more. It's like, damn, bro, you only been, you know what I'm saying, removed from the championship.
We
in a
just,
couple
I,
years.
I was going to say, we just sent your ass up out of here. Damn. Come on, man. Don't do us like that.
He went over
That's
there.
what I've been saying, man. We should have
Yeah.
been got rid of that boy. Man.
Weirdo.
He ain't
went
no
over there
good
like-
for the town.
He was the inconsistent player on the Nuggets, bro. He was the most inconsistent shooter in the game, homie. And he want to act like he just did so much for the Nuggets.
No, for sure. Weird ass. That's crazy work,
yeah,
homie.
Well, PAG said
Oh,
he missed.
okay.
Yeah, he said that he was betting on games and everything to get the homies the bag. What's wrong with that guy? He said there's no problem. There's no problem when if you throw away the shot, if you get the homies the bag. Damn, fool. You know what I'm saying? That's why you were pointless. Yeah, we on, Ben. We still on. We going for a 48-hour live, homie. It's 48 hours. It's a marathon, 48-hour live.
Well, that's a big ass man.
Yeah, it's like a I think it takes like almost like 45 minutes to get around the whole mall, bro.
Yeah.
People actually be jogging over there, like doing cardio around the mall.
I'm finna start doing this. Excuse me. I'm gonna start doing my fat ass and jogging too.
Nah, man, he was on the championship team, but how you going to just bash the Nuggets as soon as you leave, though? How you gonna try to bash the Nuggets, man? You ain't never gonna get another ring. He went to Brooklyn like, oh, they got a couple tight windows over here. We didn't have that with the Nuggets.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr. Yeah, well, we gonna see what he gonna do when he get where he at there. Do us like that, dude. Non-defensive playing ass boy.
He was the worst defensive player.
For sure. For sure.
But you know what it is, bro. I'm gonna get some lunch going. What time you want to start doing the little
Dude, you
lights?
let me know. I'm leaving as soon as I take this visit back to the Jizzab. I'm going to the Casa, homie. So
All right.
I'll be there earlier than I usually do. So shit, as soon as I get to the house, I'll hit you.
Yeah. Let's do it. You already know,
Yes,
Ryder.
sir. Okay,
All right, fam.
Yep.
I'll get at you.
Peace.
Hey, y'all have a beautiful day, man. Y'all stay blessed. Thank God it's Friday. And to the next one, man. All high salute. Let's go.